the winner of Eargasm during lockdown. Everybody put your hands together for, as I try to find him, Atlas Novack. Yes, everybody, Atlas Novack, everyone.
Whoa! There he
I like
is.
how you're like, he was the winner during lockdown when not as many people are going to show up. Man. Guys, I'm actually like, hopefully I'm near the end of it because I got my COVID vaccine.
Woo!
Hey. I work in an eye doctor's office. One day we all came in and they're like, all of you are going to get paid to get your vaccine. And I was like, I get to not work and get to go out in society again? Double score. You know? I just wish that, like, they give you this little card to show that you're vaccinated. I wish that it didn't look like this. Because you're supposed to flash it to be like, hey, I'm protected. I'm allowed to go into this, grocery store again. But why do they have to give it to you on a smoothie punch card? Like, when I was getting my second dose, I was like, hey, if I come back a third time, do I get a free razzmatazz? And they're like, no, 10 times.
Razzmatazz.
The best. No, I'm surprised I managed to not get COVID because the year before was like a terrible year for doctor's visits for me. I got the flu in October of 2019, and then I got the flu, the regular flu, again in January 2020. So when I went in after the second time to get the antibody test, it was negative. Everyone's like, oh, that's good. That means you didn't get the flu. No, that means I got the flu twice in 6 months.
Oh.
That means my body kicked out the flu. It put on a fake mustache and snuck right back in. It was also a bad year for me because I went to go get tested for IBS. That's irritable bowel syndrome. I'm not going to get too gross with it, but the problem with it is the only way for them to test is to take a stool sample. Wait, that's not true. They have to take 3 stool samples. It's a gross, difficult thing that you have to do, and there's no way to nonchalantly explain, hey, the reason I'm taking these test tubes with me into the bathroom is to find out if my body hates me or not. Like, imagine having to go to the DMV 3 separate times and then poop in a test tube. Speaking of difficult things you gotta suffer through, any children of divorcees out there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Divorces are a weird thing to grow up under. My parents got divorced when I was 10. Like, depending how crazy a divorce is, it'll have different effects on the kid. My parents were in divorce court for 8 years.
Oh.
My God.
That's not supposed to go that long. Divorces are supposed to last like a year or 2. My parents were in divorce court longer than The West Wing was on the air. You could have listened to my parents' lawyers fight over whether or not I had Asperger's syndrome for longer than Aaron Sorkin's snappy dialogue through Martin Sheen's mouth. It left me with like this weird side effect thing where whenever I see a couple getting along, I will immediately start crying tears of joy. Not like PDA, not like making out on a park bench somewhere, just basic cooperation. Hey, sweetie, can you hand me that screwdriver over there? Sure. Oh, God. You guys are so cute. Dude, are you crying? I'm not crying, you're crying. I have this friend who just found out his parents are getting a divorce, and I offered to help like good friends do. Not because just that I'm a good friend, it's that this is my time to shine, baby. I am the doula of divorce. You ever have a like super specific skill set that randomly becomes useful? You know? It's like the people who like manufacture face masks be like, my time to shine, baby. COVID, let's go. You know, that's me right now. I have so many experiences of keeping myself sane with this little interpersonal nightmare playing out around me. Like, I am a ninja trained in a remote monastery on a mountain somewhere in the art of making peace with the fact that no, my dad is not coming to my baseball game. My friend Trace was like, dude, I don't know what I'm going to do. I like, my parents are getting divorced. I don't know how to deal with it. I was like Aladdin. I can show you the world. Some ridiculous fuckery. And have you ever had to cancel plans based on whose house you were at? A toxic, painful discontent. He's like, where's the thing with him is that, like, we're both grown adults now. My parents went through the worst part of their divorce when I was going through the worst part of puberty. My friend is going through it as an adult, albeit one that lives at home. So my advice isn't exactly helpful. I'm like, okay, what you're going to want to do is make sure that the parenting is consistent between both parents. Otherwise, it's confusing to the child. And he's like, I'm 24. I'm like, okay. It's also important to make sure that there's a lock on the bathroom door, whatever house you move into. And he's like, oh, that's relevant at any age. You guys, I was Atlas Novack. You guys were fantastic. Follow me on these social media platforms. And yeah, thanks everybody.